realizes the importance of Route 66 and the tourism impact it has here locally as well as statewide. And he had us prepare a declaration from the office to commemorate this occasion of the opening of this beautiful new bridge. And it reads, whereas it is only right to pause from time to time to recognize those historical entities located in our state that serve as physical, tangible insights of history and memories for many. And whereas in 2014 the Gasconade River Bridge was closed, and whereas for decades the Gasconade River Bridge served as part of the journey across the United States of America on Route 66. And whereas the closure of the Gasconade River Bridge sparked a grassroots movement, and whereas the Route 66 Gasconade River Bridge Guardians formed and began efforts to save the historical bridge of Route 66, and whereas the Guardians' efforts to find a new owner for the bridge continue on in hopes of finding new ownership, and whereas the Route 66 Gasconade River Bridge Guardians celebrate the reconnecting of Route 66 at this important juncture in Missouri on August 2nd, 2019. And now therefore, I, Mike Kehoe, Lieutenant Governor of the state of Missouri, do hereby recognize the Route 66 Gasconade River Bridge Guardians for their advocacy, representation, and efforts to keep the historical Route 66 and Gasconade River Bridge a part of the famous Route 66 journey for many around the world, and convey to them congratulations during this commemoration on August 2nd, 2019. Mike Kehoe. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Alex. And thank you, Daryl, for fixing the reverb. Okay, so before I move on to the next speaker, I just want to say what a beautiful backdrop we have here of our history. The old bridge, which is coming up on nearly 100 years old, just to the south of us, really tells a story. And Route 66 is about the story of time and how things have progressed. And the stories that the locals could tell you about this bridge and how it touched their lives are probably endless. You could probably go on for hours and hours about all the different stories of people's grandfathers that worked on the bridge, people that have jumped off the bridge when they weren't supposed to, of course, people that have fished underneath the bridge, and just all sorts of stories. And it's just an important element of what we have here today and part of Route 66. So I just ask you all to kind of keep that in mind as we're progressing towards opening this bridge. And special thanks to the Cave State Cruisers today for showing up in just abominable force. Fantastic. The Cave State Cruisers have been a major support of the Gasconade River Bridge Guardians almost from day one. They've showed up at the rallies, they've contributed money, they've got the word of mouth out. They really care about Laclede County, Route 66, and the car culture, because the car culture is a big, important part of Route 66 and Americana. So I really appreciate you guys coming out in force. I mean, you probably got, what, about 90 cars here today? 100 cars? 50. It looks like 90. I like that number better. Okay, so on to our next speaker. I'm going to pick on Daryl and Susie Pollock. Daryl is with the Laclede County Commission, and his wife Susie, and I'm sorry, I know you're a representative of which 123. So let them speak for a little bit, and then we'll move on. Thanks a lot.
Ladies first.
Well, thank you for everybody coming out here today. This is my district, and I'm so happy to have this road open. I've received lots of emails from you all, and I'm just tickled to death for this to be open, and all tourism, bring it on. Come on down Route 66 and enjoy our beautiful district and Laclede County. And thank you for everyone that come out, and let's just keep up the celebrating.
So I'm also the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce Executive Director, so I've got a twofold purpose here today. I brought the scissors. and I'm also, of course, Western Commissioner, and I just hope I look that good when I get close to 100 years old. That's awesome. You know, few potholes, and it's not too bad. But you know, it is a great day. We've got the 100-mile yard sale going on Route 66, and as I was coming from town, there was people all over some of those locations. So that's awesome. When you get done here, be sure to go back to Laclede County and go through the yard sale section. A lot happening. I saw some people from the Netherlands here today, and I asked them, did they just come in this morning? No, they're actually doing a lot of the Route 66 stand for gospel music, and we got a lot of that in the area tonight and tomorrow. So I really appreciate all the car clubs, all of the interest in Route 66 as it goes through our area, and you know, the conversations are still being had about the old Gasconade Bridge, and I remember saying 5 years ago, over on that road, when it was Save the Bridge, when I was a little boy, I would ride in the back of a pickup truck down here. You can't do that anymore, and we would camp and swim and fish for goggle eye, which is some of the best goggle eye fishing in this part of the state, is right here on that, below this area in this bridge area. So sometime you want to wet a hook, that's where you need to do it at. And we really do appreciate MoDOT and their involvement in getting this going. And from Chamber of Commerce, we say, you know, come back into Lebanon and spend some money on lunch, okay? All right, we appreciate you.
Thanks a lot, Daryl and Susie. You know, Daryl mentioned one thing about this 100-mile yard sale. I've noticed, I've been messing with Route 66 for nearly 20 years now, and what I've noticed, especially in the last probably 4 or 5 years, is that there's been this regrowth, resurgence of ideas and passion floating around on Route 66, and people are starting to take a risk and execute these new ideas, such as a 100-mile yard sale. What a fantastic idea. And I know Gary Sisnicki and Bill and everyone with the Laclede County Society for Route 66, they've done a great job at doing all sorts of good things in their community. Lebanon is really on the move. Laclede County is really on the move, and I think it's pretty cool. And it's not just the only place. I know Webster County has been doing great things, and so has Pulaski County. So for a statewide situation with Route 66, I think in general we're all doing pretty good at bringing Route 66 and I guess resurrecting it, so to speak. And I'm glad to be a part of that. So moving on, I'm going to pick on some other people here that wanted to speak. And I think Nicole McGinnis, if you're ready. No? Oh, good. This is a surprise. Thanks, Nicole. Come on up.
Hi, I'm Nicole McGinnis, and I am the Tourism Director for Lebanon. And I'm happy everybody showed up today. As Rich noted, we have had a lot of renewed interest and resurrection in Route 66. And of course, Laclede County and Lebanon is happy to cater to that. We've had quite a few things come back online in the last 2 years. The Manor House Inn is one of them, and Rinks Market, which is participating in the 100 miles of treasure on the Mother Road today. Along with that, we have a food truck fun day happening in our downtown area tomorrow with some inflatables, food trucks, hence the name, and some great sidewalk sales and whatnot. Of course, we have the Lebanon Gospel Get-Together going on today and tomorrow. We also have an ATV rodeo at our fairgrounds tomorrow. So lots going on in Lebanon. Anytime you want to check out what's going on event-wise and get a little bit more in depth in what's available on Route 66 in Lebanon and Laclede County, you can go to visitlebanonmo.org. And we really appreciate everyone's support. I'm really happy you guys are all out here sweating with us, and I appreciate MoDOT really having their presence here today too, as well as our some of our commissioners and Susie too. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nicole, Director of Tourism for the City of Lebanon. So she mentioned MoDOT, and I'm going to go into MoDOT next. I'm going to pick on some of those guys. If it wasn't for MoDOT, we may not even have this opportunity today, and I think it's worthy of noting that putting this spur in place, this alternate bridge that I'm standing on currently, at least for now, gives people the opportunity of observing the old historic Route 66 bridge just to the south. And most importantly, this interstate that we're all listening to, people buzzing by at 70 miles per hour, that's what tourists would have to use to get from east to west while traveling Route 66. They could not get down to this bridge unless they made it a point. And there's plenty of people that made it a point to get down to that bridge to see it and visit it. But if not for this spur, people would not be able to get down to see that bridge. And I'm really excited to see the bridge open so that our tourists and all the travelers can actually see both sides of the bridge and be safe about doing it. They don't have to worry about traffic and things like that getting run over. So that's one good aspect of this bridge. So speaking of MoDOT, I'm going to bring up Dave Sylvester, and he's going to fill us in on their role on creating this lovely bridge.
Great, thank you, Rich. So I do want to recognize a few folks before we get on to some of the other comments I've got. I do want to take the time to thank Rich, Judy, and Jax for organizing this great event. The Cave State Cruises are here. What a wonderful turnout. This is unique in that we don't always get something like this when we do open a bridge. So we're pretty excited to see all the folks here, and what a wonderful job these folks did setting it up. So back in December of 2014, we closed this bridge due to structural issues, and it's not unique. We do that quite a bit, and we felt it was not safe to keep that bridge open and allow traffic over it. So at that time, we shut it down. Our funding at the time did not allow us to program a job to replace or rehabilitate the bridge. So it pretty much sat there. Then our funding stream took a little bit of a different turn, and we had two projects. I specifically had two projects that I definitely wanted to work on. This was one of them. This project and the Route 54 interchange just north of Lake of the Ozarks. That project is actually going to be let a little bit later this year, and the project manager for that job is here. So a couple of folks I do want to recognize that are with us. Our project designer, Ryan Libbert, is here. He's standing back by Rich's truck. Not very good of a wave, but we'll take it. Our project resident engineer for the project is here, Chris Graham, out of our Osage Beach project office. The couple of inspectors that are here, Phil Thompson, Jacob Grassley, are both leaning on the rail over here. Also weak waves, gentlemen, but thank you for being here. So, and then our contractor representative, Donnie Stevenson, is here. So thank you, Emery Sapp & Son, for doing a great job on this bridge. It is a very nice bridge, nice roadway, good guardrails and things. So that's a great team that we have right there put together. So when we started back to put this bridge together, this was not a MoDOT singular thing. We met with the Guardians of the Gasconade, we met with the Route 66 Association, we met with the citizens of Laclede County, citizens of Lebanon, and we talked about what was the best path to go through. Was that going to be rehabilitate this old bridge, or was it going to be a new bridge? And if it was a new bridge, was it going to be in a different location, or was it going to be in that location? And it was an iterative process that we went through. It was a lengthy process. Took probably 6 to 9 months, if I recall, that we had a number of meetings. And in the end, we settled on the best value for the taxpayers' dollars, and something that folks could get behind. Not everybody could get behind, but most folks could get behind was a new bridge on new alignment, and that's where we are right here, and that's where we're at. So very proud of the team MoDOT, very proud of Laclede County and Lebanon, the Guardians of the Gasconade, the Route 66 associations, everyone that we worked with on this all came together and made this a possibility. It's a team effort, a statewide team effort. And we heard from a lot of people, not just in Missouri. We got some good friends from overseas that may not support exactly the direction that we went, but definitely support the Route 66 and getting it back open. And definitely that's what we are very pleased with. So I'm not going to take up any more time. I want to turn back over to Rich, but I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Recognize the great work that you all have done, that we all have done together, and this is just definitely a team and group effort. So thank you very much.
Dave Sylvester, MoDOT, area engineer. And I will say something I thought about. When they started this bridge project, what was it, about 18 months ago? What was it? 2 years ago? And they built this bridge. I mean, what we're standing on right now is a giant hill. You can kind of see over on the backside the remnants of that hill. What an amazing amount of work completed inside of 2 years. And I'm proud to say in Missouri, we get stuff done. I travel all over the United States, and I was just remarking with Bob Lynch this morning, how come it takes so long? I won't name any other states, but how come it takes so long in other states to get jobs like this done? So this is very impressive, the amount of work they got completed here and ready for us today. Our last speaker, not least, and I'm going to let him do the ribbon cutting as well, is going to be Randy Angst. He's the head commissioner for the Leclerc County Highway Commission. Come on up, Randy.
Thank you, Rich, and thank everyone for coming out today. The only thing standing between the first trip across right now is myself, so I'm going to keep my remarks brief. On behalf of Leclerc County, the Commission, everyone at the courthouse, there's a lot of good things happening here in Leclerc County, in the city of Lebanon, and this is the most recent example of that. So you've heard from MoDOT, you've heard from our chamber, you've heard from our state representative, and you've heard from Rich and his group. And we just again welcome you here. It's a great day for Lebanon, Leclerc County. It's a great day for Route 66. We all know the history. We know we're coming up on the 100th anniversary, and may this just be the next chapter that we all travel in the history of Route 66. Thank you for being here today.
Stay on up here, Randy. Can we get a few people that spoke today to come up here and just kind of pose while we cut the ribbon? And I know everyone's eager to get back to their hot rods and fire up their engines and get across this bridge. So.
You may need that. Hop back there. Route 66 guys from the...
Bill, come on up.
Bill and...
Jackie, come on up.
I think it makes for...
Gary don't want to go up there.